Are we live?
Yeah, I think we're live.
This is it. We're just doing it.
This is a Twitch.television stream. We've made it.
Welcome to our Twitch.television stream. I'm James and this is David.
That's not our intro moving forward, just to be extremely explicit.
Yeah.
But I do think Twitch.television is a very funny joke that I've just made.
Okay, perfect. You've got the intro?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm juiced.
Look, with this show where we are 50-50, I have, and it's so fucking evident by the your quality versus my quality, I have no idea what's going on, but David is prepared. I have some notes in the wrong app, but it's fine.
My preparation is slightly better than yours. So I'm excited to see how much of a train wreck this is, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis the show, vis-a-vis us, vis-a-vis comedy.
Yeah, a little bit of an attack there on me, but that's fine.
I just think that, like, if you wanted me to not attack you, should have come better prepared, is all I would say.
I mean, the room cleaned up a bit, so,
yeah,
could have left it all dusty.
Oh, yeah, you dusted, did you?
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's cool. We did specifically buy green screens for the show, and I just don't see that on your shot, and that's all.
Oh, this isn't real. This isn't real behind me.
Oh,
it's the green screen, mate. Yeah.
So you went. I could have any background, and you went for weird prison bar study.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's good.
What'd you go with? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cool cyberpunk timer.
Yeah, it is actually good. Yeah, it's very hard to sort of like rip shit on it when it actually does look very good. So
if there was like jazz playing on a vinyl, do you know what I'm saying? Like.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
Like,
very
vibe, for sure.
Lo-fi, like hip hop sort of.
Yeah,
energy.
exactly right. Yeah. Like, pour yourself a whiskey and just chill. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Well, should we do the goddamn show?
I'm excited to find out how it starts.
What it is, yeah. I'm keen to discover what it is that we're doing here that we've planned for us.
There is, because, but like just really quickly, I know, and there's going to be a lot of growing pains, mate. There's going to be...
I was coming in with the energy too.
There's going to be so many growing pains, but just...
Welcome to the... sorry, you were going to keep
No,
going.
it's fine. It's fine.
You go. No, go.
I feel attacked now, and I feel like you should just sort of kick the show off. That's fine.
No, what were you going to say?
That's fine. I'm going to just Google some images that I can change my background into, and you just sort of start the show, mate. So...
Okay, so you didn't want to jump in there or something?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I did, but, I've been harassed and...
You've got the floor, dude. You're being weird now.
All right.
You're being weird about it.
Kick it off, mate. Quit stalling. Jeez, what are you doing?
Oh, dear. Welcome to The Advisory, the first and last advice show on the internet where we answer questions to try and learn a little about... No, fuck.
And this is what's so great about this being live is that you get to go again. People still watch it, but you get to go again.
Welcome to The Advisory, the first and last advice show on the internet where we answer questions to try and learn a little bit about what it means to be human. All advice is final and legally binding. A lot of shows, James, they're not brave enough to say that. It's a disclaimer, don't try this at home, this isn't legal. This show, every single piece of advice we give 100% final, legally binding.
Okay, I'm just sort of, as you're saying that, I'm just sort of figuring out how to sort of just add some text onto the screen that will...
So you're still...
just sort of convey how...
production quality is important.
Yeah, I'm just trying to distance myself from what you just said, but again, I'm all for it.
All right,
sounds great.
The Google Doc that we both agreed on is the only thing that I guess I would say. It feels a little bit like we prepared together. You may know it's in a separate doc. We got here, and now you're kind of throwing me under the proverbial bus, I guess.
To
that. Can I lay a helping of question upon you? And give you somebody some advice, James.
Sure.
That's what I want to do on this show.
Yeah.
Our first piece of advice comes from Jordan Raybould. If I live stream every moment of my life, can I write off every single thing I do as a business expense?
I love dog.
I'm on Twitch all the time, every second of every day, and I'm making money from it. Doesn't that mean that existence is a tax write-off? Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It kind of is. I mean, I'm no tax man, right? Me, no.
You're no tax man. You can't even get a fucking podcast live stream right. So, I mean, that's obvious.
But, I mean, That sounds right to me.
Yeah, as not a big time tax man either.
Yeah.
What I would say is that anything you're doing in the course of business, you can definitely claim as a business expense. Now,
Okay.
let's imagine a scenario. Okay, let's paint a picture. Right, I wake up in the morning. I'm on Twitch. Okay, I've woken up. I'm on Twitch. I go to the coffee shop and I buy a coffee. I'm on Twitch. James, that's a business coffee. Maybe I order a croissant.
Yeah.
Or a bagel. That's a business bagel. You know, I do my laundry. I'm on Twitch. You know who's paying for that electricity, paying for that laundry powder? Twitch.television.
If I take my friends, like if I go to the cafe for breakfast with my friends, or out to lunch with my friends, or dinner with my friends,
so in this scenario, you have friends.
Of course, there's one
Right.
or two. There's got to be. Yeah, I met them on Discord.
Yeah.
So in an Apex lobby, you know how it is. You know how it is these days, mate.
Lobbies.
David literally said the word poggers to me before, and it felt like it was such a bizarre experience. I don't know how to explain it to someone. It was kind of like, I don't know, just like if a straight-laced man started in like a business suit, just started doing a clown mime performance. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's one of those things where you don't expect this one thing to come from this other thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, the vibe is.
Plus, he really minced it in his mouth because he couldn't. He didn't know like how to use it.
I didn't know the inflection. You know how like some cool, the young people, they have like certain inflections of these words that like when they say it, it sounds cool. And I didn't really know the delivery that was the way to say it. You know?
Yeah.
And so I guess
deliver it now. Just throw it out there now.
That's poggers.
That's a clip. That's a clip. Yeah.
It felt bad in my mouth.
I'm saving that one just for me because that was wonderful to watch. Thank you. Thank you.
It was like my body had a physical reaction just before I said it where it didn't want to do it.
Oh no, that came across.
Good. That was clear.
Yeah.
I don't want to like close the door on this one too quickly, but I think that the short answer is like if you're streaming every moment of your life, yeah, I mean that's tax deductible, baby. You're good to go. Don't let the IRS know that's what you're doing. Just like do it kind of underhanded. Maybe pay someone to cook the books a bit.
A little bit difficult considering that there is a constant feed of you proving what you're doing. Right?
God, I'm generating evidence.
Yeah, you are a little bit. Again, it sounds right, but if it ends up being a crime, you are actually producing all of the evidence that they would later use against you. So
actually, that's a good point though, because like I'm sure there are things that we all do on a almost said a sentence, thought about how it was going to end, backtracking. I'm sure for some
you almost
people,
admitted a crime, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't say that on a live stream, James. I'm smarter than that.
He's good.
What I've done is
He's good.
I backtracked. I wouldn't be caught dead doing tax fraud on stream. I don't know how to do tax fraud, so that's probably the first hurdle.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to do tax fraud.
Me? Why would you think that? Why did you bring that up, James? It's so weird. It's so weird you bring that up. You're so funny. What a funny comedy podcast we do. This is parody.
If I take my mates out, right, can't I just comp all of their food and drinks as well and write it off as all business expenses?
That's how it works, right? Like you give that receipt to your business and you're like, this is the invoice for the client lunch that I had, but the client lunch is my life.
Exactly.
This sounds like a really good idea.
Short answer, can you write off everything? Yes. Long answer, yes.
With zero drawbacks. Nothing could go wrong with live streaming your entire life.
See, it's difficult to say things like that, particularly when you gave that really bizarre disclaimer at the beginning that sort of made the advice legally binding. So
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think that happened. I think
I'm glad there isn't evidence of it.
What evidence?
He's good. There is a video, but he's good. In the moment, he's good.
Are we live streaming right now?
Nah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I was doing this crime the other day.
Yeah. Let me just turn you up a little bit.
That's my entire joke. You don't need to. That was the whole bit. It's done. It's over. I've closed the chapter on the crime joke. It was more for me than for you.
Of course.
The listener. Yeah. James, should we dip our beaks into a heavy helping of one of our feature pieces of advice this week?
Of course, mate. Of course. That's what.
That's
what we're here for. Will you stop fucking asking me if I want to give advice to people?
Well,
yes, mate. I showed up, didn't I?
Yeah, and then you were like, here's some marketing stuff, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought was a great addition and very funny. And then you were like, okay, I guess now let's do advice.
Right.
And so it's like, I'm just not sure what you're here for. You know.
Definitely.
I guess both is the answer. Would be
definitely
the thing. What have you done? Oh, we're back to normal. Okay, we're fine.
Growing pains, mate.
Listen, this is day 0. We're working through it.
Oh yeah. This is day 0. Yes, it is.
0, baby. Yeah. Shall I read to you our first feature question, James, or would you like to read it to me?
You read it to me, mate. Bust out them pipes. Hold on, let me soak this in.
Yeah, get ready. Get into your prime question receiving position.
I'm ready.
Ever since I got out of okay, you've ruined it. I'm stretching.
Yeah.
Just getting ready. Ever since I got out of the
Whenever
hospital for chronic... Okay, well, I was ready and I was starting, and then you kind of cut me off again. So
okay. I apologize.
I'm going to say it now. I'm going to go now.
Okay.
And I'd love if you just...
Thank you for the heads up.
I'd love if you just reclined to the listening position and you didn't talk.
Okay.
It would make this a lot easier. Because I feel like you're going to jump in the second I start reading it.
Would never do that.
Okay. Ever since I got out of the hospital for chronic problems, my husband has been introducing me to some games every evening. One game used to be about doing things while my eyes are blindfolded, involving puzzles, Rubik's Cubes, shaped objects, etc. We take turns to do it just for entertainment.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure. Just a couple of days ago, the grammar on this is wrong, so I apologize in advance for any of you fellow grammar nerds out there. Just a couple of days ago, he's been trying to get me to sign papers while wearing a blindfold. I refuse to do it because he never lets me take a look at what I'm signing, neither before or after. He says that he was just trying to see if I could leave the same signature every time I sign, but I couldn't help but feel uncomfortable. Don't know why. I told him I don't want to play this game unless he shows me the papers first. He goes, never mind, and stops bringing it up. Last night, he tried to convince me to give it a try and even volunteered to go first. I asked if he was going to show me what I was going to sign, and he made a face and said, no, it's the rules and I should respect them. I refused, and he kept on about how I keep acting worried and suspicious for no reason.
Babe! Hey, that's the rules of the game, alright?
They're the rules that I invented, babe.
Stop trying to peep the shit I'm making you sign.
Stop being a narc.
Jesus, you suck at this game, babe.
You're bad at following the rules I just made up.
Okay.
He said I clearly don't trust him, and he was hurt by finding out now after everything we have been through. We had an argument, and I was told to drop it and not bring it up again. Period. He was mad, despite saying it was no big deal. He was obviously upset with me and kept talking about how I don't trust him and that I was out of line to assume or suspect anything from him like this. I might be paranoid, but I couldn't help it. I do think I was rude to him after he stood by my... This last sentence doesn't make sense. I think what she means is I don't think I was rude to him. I don't think I was rude to him after he stood by my side when my own family didn't even visit. Last sentence is confusing. What she's saying is that when she was in hospital, like, he stood by her side and she doesn't think she was rude.
I mean,
so okay.
Him standing by your side is a bit of a given. Dude's your fucking husband. So
I'm married.
Yeah. So it's sort of...
So that's not...
Be weird if he didn't. You know?
Yeah, he hasn't like goosed up he hasn't stepped up to the plate to be like, I'm the best husband. That's like kind of a baseline.
Hey! Oh, you're not going to play my little blindfold signy game. Yeah, dude, that's bullshit. After I came to the hospital and stayed by your side, dude, that's such bullshit.
With you, my wife, who was in hospital.
Oh, dude, that's that's bullshit that you throw that in my face like that. Just play the signy game.
It just seems like I did this big thing for you, and now you're not even willing to like do this little thing for
Dog,
me.
and now you're not even like willing to play my little sign game. Like, and don't
And it's
look
like-
at it first, cheater.
And, like, you can't ask what it is. Obviously, that's
Dude.
part of the game.
Babe, quit screen cheating my signy game. Okay?
And if you keep doing this, it's going to be 1v1 hang 'em high. And the winner takes the marriage. So
Takes
I
the
don't know how
others.
marriages- I don't know how marriage work.
Life insurance policy.
Oh,
That's what it is,
Okay.
right? I mean, that's
Alright.
got to be.
is that
Why
a
would
thing?
you be getting someone to sign something that they can't look? Dog.
Okay, speculation time. What possibly is this fella up to? Because my initial thought was like divorce papers, maybe.
Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
seems.
I'm fine. My
Sorry,
personal relationship.
Sorry, dude. Run me through that one for half a second.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, just wait. It's time to go. Well, I'll go first. Yeah. I did the same signature twice. Oh, I'm about to win unless you can. And then she's like, "Fuck that shit. I'm not a loser." Busts out the pen. Blindfold signs it, and he's like, "Ha, idiot! Divorce.
I take everything.
I'm taking it all."
That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
Dating has not been going well for me. If you can't tell.
I mean, that's look in
Yeah.
terms of things that this could be. That's at least
It's
that's
one of them.
I mean, it's not the worst. My thought was life insurance policy. She signs it. He offs her. Picks up the check.
He's gonna murk her. Because I was gonna say, how does he get the money? But he's doing a murder.
Well, he has to do the murder.
See, that seems like a way higher barrier to entry than tricking someone into divorce, frankly.
It is. It's a lot more commitment. I'll be honest. There's a lot more risk,
Yeah.
but a lot more reward, David.
It's a bit like marriage, James, in some ways.
I mean, it's absolutely not for positive. Fuck me. What is this? Is this a clip for your dating profile? What's happening right now? We should absolutely add that to the live stream, by the way. We need to figure out how to stream your phone into Twitch.
Yeah.
And we play Let's Get David a Date.
We can definitely work that out. I was just very pleased with my bit. That's
No,
what
yeah,
happened there.
we saw it.
It's been a while since we've done a show, James, and I gotta be honest, I was hankering for some comedy, and I really, really enjoyed that one.
You're so horny for comedy today. It's crazy.
I wouldn't say horny for it.
I would.
Maybe
would.
Randy.
Yeah.
Maybe Randy.
I mean, the divorce thing. That's at that point. You know what? Fucking do it.
I don't know that I
sign
would
him.
agree to.
Fuck this
like,
loser.
I think that a game where it's like, hey, I'm gonna blindfold you and you do like one of them is like solve puzzles, do a Rubik's Cube. I can't do a Rubik's Cube ever, let alone blindfolded. Like,
But
do you know what I mean?
Doug, he like those were clearly to work up to the signing game.
right.
You know what I mean?
He gives her a Rubik's Cube, she fudges it around, and then he brings out a completed one behind his back, and as she takes off the blindfold, he swaps them. You know what I mean? It's like, babe, you're so smart.
Oh my god, you did it!
You did it.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And you can't even do one
Wow,
when you're not
dude.
blindfolded. Your instincts, babe, they're so
Try
crazy.
this puzzle now. Try this puzzle.
Try this puzzle.
Swaps it out.
Babe,
What?
you did it again.
You're so good at this. You know what you should
solved
try
a
doing?
400-piece jigsaw.
Dude, you should like try and sign your
It sounds
signature.
crazy. It sounds crazy, but like, I think we're on a roll. I don't think we should stop, babe. Like, I'm just gonna get another bottle of wine, and why don't you just like try your signature? Just like for fun.
Just like see if you can do it the same twice, you know? And 7 more times as I go to see if you can sign twice the same.
Mm.
And let's see if you can initial 7 times the
On
same.
the bottom left-hand corner of the page.
Yeah.
And then if you could also write the date, today's date, that would be great.
It'd
At the
be
very last page.
perfect. And if you
print
could
your name as well.
if you could print your name blindfolded, that'd also be very helpful.
and then
Thank you.
and then if you could just hold the pen out and then just tick where I tell you, just for no reason, just to check. You can
Just
do
to
it.
see if you can, you know? I mean,
I
nefarious reasons.
I don't think would you even agree to like. I don't think that he would get past the first hurdle with me. Now, granted, I haven't been married to him. Maybe he's very charming. But like, if a partner of mine was like put on this blindfold and do this puzzle, I would be like, no, thank you.
What I what I like is you didn't want to rule out how potentially charming and convincing this guy was. You were like, there is, hey, I'll tell you this right now.
Listen,
There is not a chance in hell this guy even gets fucking past the first barrier with me. I mean, unless he's like very charming and sort of
Which is
like,
really good.
eloquent and can probably convince me to do it. But like, other
What if
than
he's-
that,
What if he's read Plath and knows Rothfuss and can talk to me about Frost? Like maybe I don't know. Like maybe it's just like maybe we have a few wines and it's like I feel really comfortable for the first time in my life, and I feel like
definitely.
even though I'm with somebody else, I feel safe for the first time in a long time. And maybe I feel like opening up and I talk a little bit about my childhood and my biggest fears and desires, and
Yeah, and we
maybe
just
have,
fucking
like, a really strong connection, and then
get loose and talk about Tolstoy or Fitzgerald,
Did you Google? What did you Google?
um,
Yeah, just out of curiosity.
or
What did you Google for that one, James?
Fleming. You know what I mean? What's up?
Fleming, like Ian Fleming. That's not very artistic. He
Oh,
wrote the
sorry.
James Bond books, you fake
Plath.
ass. Oh,
You
yes,
said
I
that though,
said
didn't
that,
you?
though.
Fuck.
Yeah, I did
Okay,
say that,
sorry.
yeah.
Rice.
Okay.
Anne Rice.
Well, yeah. Okay. What did you Google for that list? Or is this just off the top of your head? You just know this stuff because you're an educated man.
Dan Brown. I just googled famous authors. I just googled famous author. Yeah.
Yeah. No wonder Dan Brown's on that list. If you Googled good authors, he wouldn't have shown up at all.
Oh, how do you feel about Beatrix Potter?
Yeah, fine. She does the rabbits or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
just sort of
fine.
getting
Kids'
your
books.
take.
Yeah, kids' books. Yeah, she does Peter Rabbit. You know those.
Yeah, I'm up on my rabbit books, so that's cool.
Okay, it sounds like you're not and you're lying, but that's fine.
Never saw the movie, so
The film?
didn't
There's a
care
film?
for it. Yeah, there's a movie version.
No, okay. Listen, I gotta be honest, James. I'm scared of this scenario, and so the last question I would like to ask you is she right to not trust him after this? Because is this a kind of thing where you would be suspicious, or would you be hella chill about it in this scenario?
See, that's difficult for me because I am very trusting of my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I can't
This isn't
imagine.
your girlfriend, though. This is your husband that you've had chronic.
It's true.
He stood by you during chronic illness, and he loves Plath, and he reads Robert Frost to you.
Yeah, dude, it's difficult because like if Sam did it to me, I'd be like, whatever, blindfold, sign, done, and then like,
Yeah.
if
Oh.
I die, you now know
What
happened there. Yeah,
And
it was her.
Now, but this
Okay.
isn't recorded, is it?
No,
There's no way of us getting this back.
this goes straight to the internet and then just immediately gets deleted.
I'm
So
just checking because I said some stuff earlier that I was worried about, and so as long as it's not being
You're good.
recorded,
you could.
tweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So for me and my relationship, my partner hasn't done anything that is shady that would make me second guess it.
Uh-huh.
But I would still want, because they're really hiding what it's about. I'd be like, just tell me. Like what? That's a stupid game that I'm gonna
Unless
be the
it's like-
best at, dude. Get that blindfold. You know what I mean? And I'm fucked.
You would get very competitive.
Yeah, my competitive nature would take over.
It would undo you. The only other scenario I could think of is this is somehow an elaborate present, and we're yet to see the other shoe drop. That's the other thing this could be.
Is that more reflective of us? That we didn't
We're trusting, or
that
what are
no,
we
that
doing
we didn't see that maybe this was for like a positive reason. Like you're saying, it could be gift related.
Yeah, why would you say that? My first thought was divorce. Your first thought was murder. We seem very trusting.
Hey, COVID's changed me. I'll say that.
COVID hasn't changed me. I've always been like this.
Yeah, I've always been that. Yeah, but
I've always been
COVID gave
broken,
me something to blame. Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely
sure.
the same, but gave me something to blame.
But
so
I had COVID, came out of it, different man. Same personality, same head of hair, but different man.
Solved. I think your husband is up to no good and never signed
Put
anything.
it away. You're very welcome. James, can I ask you a very quick one? This is from not you, but James Green. Can you spoil Harry Potter in one sentence? James, can you spoil Harry Potter in one sentence?
I actually wrote something for this.
Oh my god, you came prepared?
For this one, I did.
Wow. Okay.
When it comes to pots, mate. When it comes to pots, always there for pots. You know how it is. I was gonna do sort of like a that,
you were gonna do
and then I
a
got
weird
confused halfway
gesture.
through, and then I was just sort of like,
I felt you lose the thread. Yeah.
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 But thank you for not
Yeah.
saying anything about it.
No, I thought I'd let it play out, and you could embarrass
You
yourself.
fucking would too. Yeah. If I was floundering in public, Dave would be like, "No, it's cool. It's cool. I want to see how he gets out of this."
Yeah, I just want to see where it goes.
And to be fair, I do the exact same thing to you, mate. And that's why we're friends. You know?
I wouldn't say we're friends so much as like show and workplace proximity associates. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't been referring to you as my friend.
Huh?
To people.
To who? Oh, weird. Because I just see. No, that's you can do that. That's fine.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. Yeah, Harry Potter or whatever. I just went with.
Yep.
And with this, I think that if you didn't even say Harry Potter, I could just say this sentence and you'd go Harry Potter.
Okay, go.
Cupboard orphan creates ruckus at wizard school and enacts revenge on Snake Man who killed his parents. Also kills Robert Pattinson.
Ooh. The kid? Wait, hang on. Where was the comma in that? The kid kills Robert Pattinson?
Wasn't a comma, it was a full stop.
Oh, there's a period. I said one sentence, so that's not one sentence, is it, James?
And this is why you're the guy who writes the books, and I'm not.
The guy with the looks. It was right there on the table. I don't know how you missed that.
Again, I'm not a wordsmith, mate. Help me out here.
Hang on, I can do it.
Yeah.
Old magic professor raises boy to die in order to defeat evil wizard. That's what happens.
Is that what Dumbledore was doing?
Yeah, Dumbledore raises Harry Potter in order to die because he knows he's a Horcrux. That's the story of them books. Isn't that crazy?
I'm glad he died.
Yeah, fuck out.
Now I'm glad he's dead.
Oh, he came back to life though.
Who did?
Harry Potter.
No, I meant Dumbledore.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
I would have
piece of
pushed
shit.
him off that tower myself.
Oh, I would have fucking snaked him. I would have snaked him before.
Dude, was so good,
dude.
But
he raised him to die.
Yeah. He did. He had to raise him to become a strong enough wizard to live long enough to get all of the tools from the story with the cloak and the wand and the resurrection stone in order to die at the hands of Voldemort and then bring himself back.
You think
bring
you know
himself
someone?
Back there was like a good to have. Yeah.
You think you know someone?
You think you know your mysterious, obtuse professor? You know.
Well, should we have said spoilers before that, or is it too late now?
What? Huh?
We just spoiled Harry Potter. They said spoil Harry Potter in one sentence.
Oh, it's fine. This isn't recorded. No one's going to hear this.
Oh, we're good. Yeah.
Unless you were watching live, we're fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Spoilers. Where's the audience?
Huh?
Spoilers.
See? No one cares.
And we're good. All right.
We're good. We're out. We outie. We good. What you got for me, James? What's in the hopper?
Oh, so many things. I actually. Oh, that's a good one too. Okay.
Spoil for choice, is it?
This one is from. See, but I mean, I've got it in my own notes, and now I have to switch back to this one. Oh, what a mess. This
is why you should have kept your
I know. I'm back in the main document now. We're fine.
Okay.
Little peek behind the Google Drive.
The production curtain. Yeah. The Google Drive. Just part the red and the green and the yellow sections and have a squeeze in.
And get right in there.
Yeah.
This question is from Bill Thomas.
Okay,
and
Bill.
He asks, how can I use my home work desk on the weekend? Again, we were just talking about COVID. You know, it's just a very relevant question.
Topical. Yeah.
I've been working from home for about a year and have dedicated slash repurposed, have a dedicated slash repurposed work desk. I would like to use the desk and my own laptop to work on personal projects. However, I don't feel I'm able to. It's kind of like I'm at work on the weekends. How can I use my home work desk at the weekend? I need something to make the area seem different somehow.
Got it.
What is this? He's edited his question.
Yeah,
I have
he
a work
edited the
laptop.
comment.
So I have a work laptop which I put away. However, the question is more about separating home from personal life and not feeling like I'm at work on the weekend.
Now, James,
Great question. Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. There's two boys that work from home.
Yes,
if not exclusively, some weeks.
I'm at work. I'm in my office right now.
So am I. So the answer is
no, you're fucking not. You're at a cafe.
Oh, sorry. I'm in this cool jazzy cyberpunk cafe.
Thank you.
And there's a little pan flute playing.
Yeah. This isn't actually my office. Again, green screen.
Green screen. This is yeah. No, where are you right now actually?
This is David's office. Plot twist.
What? And then the camera pans and then you're behind me. Mark that down as a cool idea for a bit at some point.
Yeah,
I don't know how we pull that off.
And edit it so I go like this. So it goes red. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're surprised.
Yeah.
Feel free to jot that down
Work
in
that
your book of all of my great advice, should you desire, I guess. You don't have to, I'm just saying, because I feel like sometimes mentors, they can be really overbearing, and I don't want to be that guy. I just want to float ideas by you.
Definitely.
Sort of, like a little boat on a pond, and you can choose to grab them if you want, otherwise they're just going to float on by. All these great ideas that you choose
writing that
to
down
action.
now.
Yeah. Okay, it seems like... So he's read David's very talented and a good friend of mine, is what he's written there.
That's why I'm going to stress that everyone not listen to this show, and you must soak this in its full visual medium, because now he's lying to the audio listener.
This is the start of me trying to pull the wool over their eyes, baby. Don't think I'm authentic out here for a second. This is all lies. Every word.
I mean, clearly, look at this fake little room that you're sitting in.
I'm not even here. I'm in my office. That's James's office, which is the office that he's in, that I'm in, that he's green screening, that I'm using to green screen this cafe.
And that's where they're both of our cams sort of like swirl into one. And the Stranger Things like theme song starts to play.
I don't know how that goes. Is that right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. How does it go?
I don't want to get copyright strike. Yeah.
Well, in that case, then just let me give you a very good performance. Stranger Things, because it's the 80s.
And I've left the call.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I earned that one. This is I don't have any good advice for this because I'm a workaholic. So like, how does one? I mean, obviously, get some colored LED hue lights and have a work color and a fun color is my first advice.
Okay.
Second advice would be...
So is this my work color or my fun color right now?
I would say that's a work color.
And this one?
That's a trying to shoot up in a bathroom color.
Okay, yeah. And hold on. This one?
That's a getting a bit rowdy color.
Interesting.
Getting a little, you know what I mean?
And what's this? What's this one?
I think that's James is Afraid of the Dark color.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Well, I'm back to work zone.
Work zone. I don't have good advice for this because I don't know if there is an answer. Have you thought about wearing a different hat on the weekends?
Okay.
To change the vibe and the energy. Because like sometimes wearing a hat will... I mean, I can't wear a hat because I look like a little boy when I wear a hat. But like, I... Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
I need to see you in a hat now.
Boy. Yeah, that's it. That could be a Patreon. If we ever do a Patreon, that could be a Patreon reward. I'll do an episode in a hat.
Not to sort of dox you here or anything, but your housewarming party is next weekend. So let me just add a little note to that.
It's going to bring a hat. Yeah, cool.
This
is why I say that we're not friends, is I guess the thing.
Okay.
And you're
Well,
going to take advantage of me when I'm drunk as well. And so I'm just really looking forward to that.
yeah, I'm gonna bring a bunch of hats to put you in.
Just
Take
with a
some
box of
pictures.
hats.
Yeah,
They should be. We should release those as Patreon rewards or something like that.
people
Or
still do
milestones.
Patreon.
I don't know how. I'm very out of touch. I misused the word poggers before. I don't know who you think you're talking to.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Actually,
fucking back off.
I thought
Or
you did
back
great.
off.
I thought you did
Was
great.
it?
Oh,
Did I do
yeah.
poggers? Did I do poggers?
Fucking just give it another go. Just quietly.
It felt good.
Yeah.
It didn't. It felt bad. Yeah, I didn't like it. Was that based? Still not really sure what that means.
Ooh. Okay. Well, let's focus on Bill here. So
Sorry,
instead of whatever it is you're sort of doing over there.
My existential crisis. Yeah. Yeah. What's your vibe? What is your suggestion?
Well, I liked the whole. I think the LED lights was good, like differentiating your work zone.
Yeah, I have like the bright yellows, and then at nighttime I do like a neon or like something a bit vibier, you know?
Right. Okay. Well, then I think it's probably pretty fitting for this one that I get fairly vibey in here myself.
Ooh.
Now,
is it easier or harder to do the heroin in this 7-Eleven bathroom with the blue light, or like how do you find
this is heroin hard mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Doing it in a brightly lit area, too easy.
So easy.
I passed that years ago. That's for amateurs.
Yeah.
Okay, this is expert hour.
Yeah, heroin hard mode. You try and do it under one of the special lights.
You do heroin with a needle, right? I haven't made that up.
With a needle?
Yeah.
Just any sort of one you can get. It doesn't really matter.
No, but you could do heroin with a needle. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, anyone can do heroin with a needle.
You could too.
Yeah. I
you?
see. I went with the same sort of thing with the mentally differentiating. The desk.
Yeah.
The work week desk versus the work weekend desk. But I thought maybe going. See, the lights is so easy. Like that's such an easy way to do it. I went with
you want to go harder.
Well, I just thought maybe like putting something on your desk, right, outside of work hours that you normally wouldn't see on a desk.
Okay.
In an office, like in an actual office environment.
Such
what I mean? Fluoro pink Hulk.
Like a hog?
I mean, when do you see that on a work desk?
Yeah, depends where you work, I guess.
It's a good point, actually. It's a very good point.
I imagine at like the Pornhub offices, they got all kinds of weird shit.
Well, what about those the like gamer boys or whatever? I'm in my ranked lobby. The game's about to start. I don't have time to go to the toilet. Jar of piss, little bottle of piss. You wouldn't see that on your desk in an office environment, but you would maybe outside of work hours.
Now, the danger with that, James, is what if I get that confused with my G Fuel, which is also green? What if I'm drinking a cup of piss?
Crumple the bottle. Yeah. Fresh bottles, G Fuel, crumpled bottles, piss.
Yeah. Genius. Now, it sounds like you've done this before, because that didn't sound improvised as a response. It was very quick.
I've never been a piss in the bottle type of guy, thankfully.
I did it once. I've done it once.
Okay.
To
differentiate your workspaces, or?
Yeah, I was feeling like my colleagues were actually coming up the top of me with the family photos and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Really needed to stand out.
Yeah, very annoying when people won't leave you alone in the office environment.
No, it was I was trying to recreate the scene in Batman v Superman where there's piss in the Senate. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember?
Sorry,
that?
Batman v Superman.
Yeah, there's piss.
I absolutely fell asleep during that movie.
Yeah, I saw it at.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
There are only 2 times I've fallen asleep in my life in a cinema. One was Avatar, aka the worst film ever made.
Bad, yeah.
Right, and the other one.
Wait, which Avatar?
The
blue
people one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And Batman v Superman.
You're punching above my average. I fell asleep in Second Avengers. I fell asleep in The Help. I fell asleep in Winter Soldier. Basically what happens is I get into a cinema and it's really bright and loud, and my brain goes, "Yeah, cool." And then an action scene starts happening. My brain goes, "What if we just?"
You've
Close your
created
eyes.
content around those things, you fucking piece of shit.
I've seen them since, you.
Yeah,
fuckhead.
but you go to dog. Again,
listen.
other people who are listening to this,
I fell asleep in the press screener for BVS for 5 minutes,
That's
and
what I'm talking about.
it wasn't until B was like, "Hey, like, what did you think about that?" And I was like, "Think about what?" Huh?
and you went. What? Think about what? What?
It was 1 in the morning.
What did
James.
Superman do?
They did the press screener at midnight.
Guys, I'm so sorry. What did Superman do? I missed it.
Were they verses yet?
Again, people maybe aren't to know this, but you would get press screeners to go to the cinema to watch the film, to go make content about it, right? And you're telling me that you hadn't seen all of the fucking movie, yet you felt that you could go home and make content and put it out on the internet that said to people, "Oh, and here's what I thought about this film that I fucking fell asleep in." You piece of shit!
Between me and Laura, we all saw enough of the whole thing. Anyway.
That you could piece it together. And right as he was about to stab him with the kryptonite, that's where I fell asleep. B, what happened then? Because I was out of it. And they're like, "Don't worry, I've got it."
There is legitimately an episode of my old podcast somewhere where that exact thing happens. Where I'm like, I fell asleep at that moment, so I missed that.
Yeah.
I don't know what episode it was, but there is one where that actually happens on the show. Now, what you've done is you've derailed my piss joke. Because someone out there thought someone understand the reference, so that was funny. Do you want to know the real, I pissed in a bottle story? Because that was a bit.
I do want to know it, but I will just quickly say that only 6 people would have gotten that joke, because that is the only number of people that stayed awake during that fucking awful movie.
Yeah, it's not good. It's really bad. And the Zack Snyder version of it, still not good. Aspect ratio suits it better, sure, but still not a good film. So
hot take.
It's really not. It's a lukewarm take. Like my piss in a jar.
Oh, and he brings it back. All right, so what happened to your piss?
King of tying it all together, baby. So I was. I can't believe this is true. So there, it was at my mum's second wedding.
Yeah.
And
you're how old?
I would have been. How old are you in grade 7?
Oh.
12 or 13?
12 or 13? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 12 or 13. And what had happened was they had the wedding around the block from our house, because we were around the block from a conference center and a school. The school I went to and the conference center was just there. So they had the wedding at the conference center.
Okay.
And so what happened is the after party, like after the reception, everyone came back to the house and was drinking and having a good time, right?
Yahooing.
Mate, buddy just dancing and having a goof and a gaff. All these middle-aged drunk people. It was very traumatizing.
Yeah.
But so what happened was, you remember where we recorded that one time when I was living in that house where I was sort of under the stairs, literally. I had that little recording. There was that recording studio. You kind of came down the stairs, and it was literally under the stairs, and my room was behind that. Do you remember that?
Is that the very first place?
Yeah, the very first one. We had lunch at that cafe first. Yeah. And we recorded an episode of the original version of the show.
Yes.
Oh, this is an accidental grandfather tie-in. I like it. But so I was in that room, and so for the listener or for the viewer who is not familiar, it's just James that knows this. I don't know why I said that. Someone will be like, "I do know the house you mean, David."
Yeah.
I do know what you mean. Basically, you come down the stairs into the bottom floor of this house, and I was like Harry Potter, living under the stairs. I had a little there was a walk-in room. There was an interstitial room where I had my recording set up, and then you walked through that into my bedroom. It was this dark, damp, under the ground kind of thing. It was very vibey for me at that time. In retrospect, did a lot of damage to my mental health. Anyway, house is full of drunk adults. Literally, there's 40 people there. There's music playing. All this shit is happening, and it's late. At this point, it's maybe 2 a.m. or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I slept for a few hours because I was a little tired boy, and I was like, I need to pee really badly. And I went to go out to pee, and what I discovered is that someone had dragged some sofa cushions and was sleeping in the interstitial room. And I was like, that's fine. I can get through that quietly. And so then I slide the sliding door open, and I'm creeping. I'm a little creepy boy. Creeping.
Yeah.
And I creep into the living room. And what I discover is that the lounge downstairs has like 4 or 5 people sleeping. And also, the door into the bathroom is ajar. And I can hear someone throwing up in the toilet. And I'm like, oh, that's bad. Okay.
Right.
So I can't go pee there. And the bathroom had the door to outside. So I was like, well, I could get the toilets used. I could just go outside, but I couldn't do that because there was someone in there.
Right.
So I was like, that's fine. I'll just creep upstairs and use the upstairs bathroom. Someone was asleep on the landing of the stairs.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I'm out of time, out of options, James. And I'm a little boy. I don't know what I'm doing. So I go, well, I have very little choice here. Now, adult me would have just woken one of these. I would just gone upstairs. Like, I need to pee. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
But child me was like, I don't want to upset anybody. I don't really know what my role is here.
Yeah.
And so I crept like a little creepy boy back down the stairs, back through the interstitial room, creeping around the person sleeping there. And I looked in my room, and I had an empty Pepsi bottle. Pepsi Max. Okay. That matters. I know people have strong opinions about that stuff. Pepsi Max. Max taste, no sugar.
Always.
We're not sponsored by Pepsi. We'd love to be though. And yeah, I pissed in that bottle, and let me tell you, it was one of the most unpleasant experiences of my life.
Yes.
Because if you think about it, what you have to do is you have to mediate the stream, because you don't want to piss so hard that it comes back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've just joined us, welcome to the logistics of piss. David, continue.
Of pissing in a bottle.
Yeah.
Well, and then you kind of have to, because then as it starts to fill up, you start to panic, and you're like, "Am I going to run out of bottle here?"
Yeah.
And that's a real stressor. And thankfully, I didn't.
Yeah.
But you know what then happens, James?
You just have a can of
hang around till morning.
Yeah, you've just got a bottle of piss at that point.
You got a bottle of piss in your room.
Yeah.
At that point, and that's a stressful thing for a little, 12-year-old boy, 13-year-old boy.
Exactly. And what if I get thirsty and someone's asleep in front of the fridge?
I legitimately would not have been able to get to the kitchen or the sink. So, like,
if enough time passed, who knows what had happened?
If this house were a desert island, James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's my I pissed in a bottle. So there you go.
Well, and all of that, I don't know how that helps. Bill.
I'm unclear how that helps, but he'll work it out.
Yeah, Bill. He'll find a time.
Take it all, and synthesize it into. That's often the most helpful thing you can do. Is like to keep yourself learning is taking data and synthesize what you need from it.
Yeah.
And so
now it's time to.
Bill is,
now that Bill has sort of received that information, now he can take his headphones off and put them down, and he can go for a walk and just let it ruminate. And
leave your phone at home.
Yeah.
And just take a beat, let everything else fade away, and just really think about me pissing in a bottle.
Yeah. And what that means for you. And what your takeaways from that can be. Yeah. I did, my other suggestions were a smaller desk wearing a Hawaiian shirt on the desk.
I like the Hawaiian. Oh,
yeah,
what?
just sort of to communicate like this is now a party zone.
Wait, he's wearing it, or the desk is wearing
the smaller version of the desk that's on the desk is wearing the Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, that's fun.
And this is an actual thing. He could have had a decomposing crow in a jar that he opened, right before he worked on his personal projects, and he huffs that in, right, to get the stink of death and decay all up in him. Very much like what the band members from Slipknot used to do before they would go on stage.
Hey, the 90s were really weird, you guys.
So that's always,
Slipknot did that? All 9 of them?
Some of them did. Like two or three of them. Yeah.
It's weird that some of them left. I don't know why.
Yeah. Or that probably a lot easier. It's hard to sell that to 9 people. You know what I mean?
They go on stage, and one of them's like Craig is like, everybody hands in, and then like 3 of the guys like, no, we don't do that. We do this. We do noses in.
Oh yeah, hands in, guys. Okay. Well, why don't you guys do that lame shit, right? And we'll be back over here huffing our dead crow jar. You fucking losers.
Also, at some point, that's going to expire, and you just have like a crow skeleton. Like, are they re-upping? Like, they're getting more dead crows?
Oh, like a
Logistically?
starter
They're
doe.
getting a guy on the
Like a
corner,
starter
like-
doe. Are they feeding it each day? Are they sort of putting bits of
Yeah.
other animal in to
Yeah,
sort
other
of keep
Well, I was
the
thinking other crow
yeah, the sort of the death and the decay going, you know?
from the other parts of the murder.
You don't want your fucking huff
crow.
jar to lose its potency, right? Right before the
You want
big
that to
tour.
be tangy, I think. I feel gross now, having said that.
So that's always an option.
Yeah. That's a good one. Did you have any other suggestions?
Well, Bill's from the UK, and you know the UK is really into sort of like heavy metal and stuff. So that's why I thought, you know, there's the tie-in on that one.
Perfectly suitable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit
An
you with
American
another quick
band,
one.
but still.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, metal's global, isn't it? Sort of it transcends languages. I'll hit you with a quick one, James, and then we can dive into our final feature question for this episode.
Hit me with it.
Dog with a hat, I should say it's an F, from Reddit asks, James, what's the circumference of a giraffe's neck? Can you choke one out?
Can I choke one out?
James, what's the circumference of a giraffe's neck? Can you choke one out?
Sort of off the top of my head.
Yeah. And now, for the listener, James is clearly Googling this. He sort of is obviously looking at his screen and sort of typing into google.com.au giraffe neck circumference and finding the answers are not as readily available as he would have hoped.
Do giraffes have two hearts? That doesn't help me.
What?
How big are giraffe neck bones?
Can you? I don't know if you can skip past. Do they have two hearts?
James,
do giraffes have two hearts? What's the circumference of a giraffe's neck? Can you choke one out?
Well, it says here, you surely know that humans and giraffes have just one heart, as most animals do, but not all.
As you surely know.
Yeah. But then the next question is, what animal has 8 hearts?
What? Is it 8 giraffes?
Taped together, yes. What is the circumference of a giraffe's neck? Can you choke one out?
It's yay big.
It's got to be. It's got to be this.
Girthy. Yeah.
If it's, and I'll tell you what, if it's any bigger than that, you're not getting him down. You're just not getting him down.
Paws. Like your paws are bigger than my.
I've got husky mitts, mate. You know.
Yeah.
If I can get about that much, I could choke him out. If I could get that much, if it's bigger than that, I can't take him out.
You could do it with a rope or something. Or a chain. Like
that's a fair point.
Hands.
He didn't ask.
I guess choke you out is very evocative of like
getting the mitts in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, James, could we see that gesture with the red lights, please, if that's possible?
Absolutely.
Just a vision of you choking out a giraffe would be great. This is not for the stream. This is for my personal use.
Okay. And do you want it sort of like coming at you, like?
Yeah, I want to feel like I'm being attacked and choked out. It's not sexual.
How's that?
Sexual. Yeah, if you
is that a thumbnail?
Yeah,
yeah, I don't really do sort of.
It doesn't. Yeah, it didn't suit you. You felt very posed, as if someone put you up to it.
Yeah, not really in my natural habitat. You know, choking out giraffes. And to be fair, he didn't say, "Can you choke it?" Like he didn't say what you could choke it out with. Can you choke one out? Yes, I'd imagine you can. Can I choke one out?
Given enough time, preparation, and resources, I think I could choke out a giraffe.
You think you could?
I think so.
Okay.
Resources, preparation. Yeah, I think I could.
I couldn't. I'll tell you that right now because
you don't believe in yourself. You don't back yourself. You never have.
No, yeah, I'd feel bad.
Yeah. About the giraffe?
Yeah.
What if he slapped you?
Did the giraffe? Sorry, so the giraffe has come for me first.
He can't slap you. He's got hooves. But yeah, like he's slighted you somehow.
Oh, if he's come for me first, I'll fuck him right up. Yeah.
I'll fucking murk that giraffe. Give it to me. Let's go.
And mate, it'll be so poggers.
Yeah.
Is that?
I think you.
This isn't the platform for us to really be like goofing on that type of language.
Yeah.
Because this is sort of like.
Because that's where it came from.
Let's breeze past it.
We can probably call. Sorry?
I'll edit it out. You know how like on radio they have that delay button? Let me just press that.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. They'll know to chop it.
gone.
Yeah.
Who will?
They will.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as this is being recorded, because again, I said some stuff earlier, and I just
They've got it covered.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you're all good.
that's fine. Should we jump into our big last meaty question, James?
Absolutely. Hit me with it.
Okay. This is from Travis Goes West. Now you're gonna have to brace yourself on this one, because as a man with some level of social anxiety, the secondhand cringe and anxiety on this nearly murdered me.
Oh, fuck. You know what I'm like with secondhand embarrassment and stuff. Like, I can't handle it. I can barely watch two other human beings having a regular conversation. I'm in the corner like, oh.
Yeah,
you know
it's not good. I'm going to take a sip of this Asahi Super Dry lager to just wet my palate.
Yeah.
Again, not sponsored by Asahi. Would like to be, though. Yeah.
But if you were sort of like, take the sip in the way and sort of and say something about it as if it were sponsored. Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Just give me a second. I just got to find the
yeah. You got it.
Just give me 2 seconds. 1 second. I just got to I'm not Googling anything. I'm just
definitely
checking
not
something.
Again, he's synthesizing. So
yeah, I'm taking all of it. I'm just trying to find sort of the
just strange. You have a very sort of reading looking face when you synthesize.
Yeah, I guess I have forgotten the tagline of the beer that I drink all the time.
Wow. I drink Red Bulls all the time. Gives you wings. Tagline? Never forget it.
Yeah. Catchphrase. Karakuchi. If you say it like that, it sounds rude. That didn't give me any meaningful results. I'm just gonna wing it.
What is their tagline?
We're not. It's like Karakuchi means something. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's something like that. It's not on this. This tin just says the word Karakuchi at the top. Like, it's not very helpful.
Maybe fuck. No, god damn it! It made the picture even smaller. Oh
it's
god, this
dry.
is all
it's something like, yeah. This is welcome to how we talk as people normally. Us desperately trying to claw for a bit and struggling at every stage. Is it on there? No.
All right. Superimpose it. Superimpose it. Okay.
Yeah.
Get rid of the Pepsi shit.
Put that over the thing. Do we do editing? We could. But this isn't recorded, so you can't edit that. Anyway,
David, I'll tell you what. Asahi beer, brewed from quality ingredients, is rich, refreshing, and smooth. All year round, I enjoy the great taste of Asahi beer.
You ready?
How's that? Oh, yeah, you got it.
Karakuchi means super dry. Asahi, Japan's #1 beer. What do you think of that? What do you reckon?
That was menacing as fuck, dude.
That was a bit like,
that was.
It felt a bit villainous. Yeah, I felt like I was like, you better drink the Asahi. Or
yeah, it did feel like that.
You know, like that was kind of.
It did feel like that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
So they should hire me.
I can't see why not. Except I can see why not. That ad read, that was terrifying.
Yeah. This question comes from Travis Goes West. So I go into a restaurant around 3 p.m. and I'm dining solo. 3 p.m. dining solo. We don't know where in the world this is. Doesn't matter where it is. It's fucking weird already.
Better be a late lunch.
Yeah. This place.
If this is an early dinner, sorry, but if this is an early dinner, holy fuck.
What I'm saying, James, is you got to strap in for this because it's all a lot.
Okay.
The place isn't very busy, which is fine with me. Yeah, because it's 3 p.m. A lot of restaurants here will close from like 3 till 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Because no one's coming in. The waitress, Jay, brings me my food, and as I get about halfway through the plate, I get up and use the restroom. I was gone maybe 10 minutes, and when I come out to the table, it was cleared. I hadn't given it any... Yeah, that face is right.
I'm sorry? Okay.
It gets so much worse.
Wow.
So already as a bit of a table setting, it's pretty bad.
Fuck you.
That was a joke just for me, for no one else. I hadn't given any indication I was done, so I was surprised when I sat down. I'm also editing around the terrible grammar again. When Jay walks by, she says, "Oh, I thought you dined and dashed." To which I say, "No, I'd excuse myself to the bathroom, but I can understand since I was dining alone, it looked empty." And Jay tells me how dining and dashing has become a real problem. Jay leaves, and when Jay comes back, she has the bill in hand and I ask for my food to be remade. So she's like, "Here's the bill," and he's like, "Hey, could you make me my food again?"
Sorry. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, crazy, man. We've been having so many issues with dine and dashes. Anyway, here's your bill. I didn't eat yet.
I had half my meal. Yeah. Jay explained she can't. So Jay explained she can't bring my order back because it's already been tossed. I say that's fine, but I want my order remade. And Jay's exasperated, saying how she can't possibly keep track of everything and asks for me to pay the check. I explain I'm not paying to eat half a meal. Correct so far, but
you can't keep track of everything, dude. You seem to keep fucking
one
pretty
person
good
in the restaurant.
Yeah, you seem to keep pretty good track of my fucking food because the second I left it unguarded for half a second, it went in the bin.
It gets better, James. After walking off, Jay came back and said the restaurant was out of my meal, so they couldn't remake it.
Fuck me.
Yeah. Oh no, that was our last steak and chips. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're out of steak and chips.
Hey, Jay, fuck off, okay? This was like back when I was like 14 or 15 or whatever, and I worked in the meat department for Action. The grocery store was called Action.
Yeah, okay.
Which is like totally, it's gone now.
Yeah.
And I would just be, because I was doing meat department cleanup. So like everything was closed. I'm just there cleaning up all the stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And people would come up to the door and they'd be like, "Hello," and then you'd have to go out and be like, "Yeah," and then like, and this one time they were like, "Do you have any rabbit?" And what? I was like, "Oh, let me go check." And then I would just walk into the freezer and I did this. Stand here for about 15 seconds.
Yeah, what's long enough to make them think I've checked?
Come back out. Oh, sorry. Plumb out a rabbit. Yeah. Try tomorrow.
Yeah. No rabbit, sorry.
Yeah. Same energy from Jay on this one.
Yeah. She said she could give me 15% off the meal, but I objected and politely asked to speak with the manager to explain the situation. Jay said she already told the manager, and that was the most their computer system was possible of comping. Hang on. Wait, hang on.
Dude!
Wait. Before I go on, I've had this experience. I was the head of the kitchen at Sizzler Toowong.
Yep.
And our tills were programmed by head office in such a way that the best discount you could give was 30%. You could reimburse a full meal.
Yeah.
That would ping head office and give them a real-time notification that you reimbursed a meal.
What? Okay.
Yeah. And head office was like 2 blocks away, so it seemed unnecessary to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah,
so you heard it in real time. You heard the yes, I will be giving you 100% back. Ding, and then you'd hear ding.
Go,
what in the
shift?
background?
Manager on shift. Oh, that's coming out of Dave's pay. But yeah, you literally couldn't make the tills go down to like a lower percentage. And the reason we found this out is they had a deal on where you could bring in a coupon and you would get 40% off a particular like special he had on. I think it was like a steak and lobster combo.
Okay.
Which, saying it out loud, not a good combo of foods. But anyway.
Little surfy turf, okay.
Well, surfy fancy turf.
Yeah.
And it was cheap lobster because it was Sizzler. But we had a bunch of people.
Exactly. And very gritty, not what I'm quite used to. Yeah, you're in Sizzler, dude.
Tastes defrosted. But yeah, we had this issue where people would bring in these coupons and we would scan them and the till would register it as a 30% discount, not a 40% discount. And we physically couldn't make it go any lower.
Oh,
it was so embarrassing. And so we eventually, like about after the first 5 coupons the day it launched, we had to call head office and be like, "We need you to come down here and fix this because people are furious." So what? And I love my boss at the time because his genius solution was he got out a calculator and he worked out how many meals he'd need to charge them full price, and then sorry, no, how many meals did they charge him at 30% discount to then take off full price meals to get down to as close to 40% as he could? Like inputting the inputting like
Dude.
10, 5 steak and lobster 30%, and then like 400%, and then comping the 400%, and then 3 of the 30% until the math worked out.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is it. Oh, hey guys, got as close to 40% as we could. Got to about 38%. Is that good?
It was something like 36 or something like that.
Yeah, be like, no, I'm gonna want the 40. Yeah.
It's like 45 minutes to do it.
Oh my Christ. That is the worst.
We ended up giving them like free salad bar or whatever because it doesn't cost us anything. But it was just like, man, like, yeah, just So when people tell stories like this of like they can't make the till do the thing, I've been there and it's exasperating. So let me just take you through it gets even worse, James.
Okay.
It gets even worse. So it seems like a manager should be able to override, but I have no real way of knowing that. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable at this point, and weird. And again, asked to bring the manager in so we can talk together. The manager is a very nice lady in her 50s, not at all like the attitude of Jay, and we come to the conclusion that Jay will cancel the original order and instead bring up the order as a side, $5, since they couldn't comp the meal more. Good solution. I've done that before.
Okay.
So instead of charging the original meal, you go, okay, well, so instead of charging you for a steak, we'll charge you for like a side of fries.
Okay.
Makes
sense.
Yeah. In the end, I didn't get a remade meal. I thanked the manager, paid $5, and tipped Jay 15% of the original order total. Given the circumstances, this seemed very fair, and I'm glad it worked out in a weird way. So wait, I tipped Jay 15%. I need to do some math here. And we don't know how much the original order was. Oh, so the original was $15.
$15,
so $15.
yeah.
So 15 times 0.5. So tip them $2.25, which brings it up to $7.25. Okay, so they paid half. They paid for half of their meal, essentially, and a percentage of that went to the tip. This made me so stressed. This made me so stressed because any of these conversations would have made me so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know how they got through this whole. I would have just been dead. And I'm stressed thinking about it now. But that conversation of like I ate half my meal and went to the bathroom. Coming back to that, I would have just left. I'm like, you know what? I'll pay that full bill. I can't deal with this. Like, this is too much.
I in a lot of instances, I'm like, whatever, close enough. You know, to my meal.
Money's not real anyway.
Close enough. Whatever. Yeah. You know. I'm not going to be the fucking guy who's like a dick to the person who is, you know, working in a service role because they get that shit all the time. It's, you know,
getting paid like $16 an hour.
Dude, getting paid nowhere near enough to deal with the fucking pieces of shit they have to deal with. One time I was in a fucking, I think it was like a Specsavers or whatever before I discovered the wonderful people at Bailey Nelson.
Well,
my eyes have never seen more.
We don't want to be.
A good tagline?
Did you nail that ad read?
That's not theirs, but you can have it.
Yeah, I guess what I was thinking with our podcast is I didn't want to attract blind people. As a
why you've been painting such vivid pictures for an audio listener.
Yeah, but I only want audio listeners with 20/20 sight. I don't want these glasses wearing fucking nerds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't want the dorks.
Wow.
Yeah,
and it's strange that you would have
Dennis Nedry types.
Wow, it's very strange that in 2022 you would have such an ableist opinion and a Twitter account, mate. You are seconds away from being cancelled. Okay,
I have not used.
I'm taking that clip and I'm going to put it on Twitter with an @you and be like, cancel this man.
No cap, my friend James, but I haven't been on social media. I don't know if I use that right. Yeah. I haven't been on social media for like 2 years, and it has genuinely been the best 2 years of my life.
Doesn't matter. They'll find out where you work. You're cooked, cunt. So
that's exciting for me. That's exciting. I need a break anyway.
I was at a Specsavers. And
you were at Specsavers, yeah.
There was, I was next in line, and the woman in front of me just fucking like throws something down on the counter and starts screaming at this woman who works there.
What?
I can't remember what she was saying, but she was like, again, whatever happened, it couldn't have been,
It's Specsavers.
and it
They
wasn't. It
sell
wasn't worth.
glasses.
Yeah, whatever she did to wrong you, I guarantee you, your reaction far outweighs whatever happened to you. You know what I mean? Like you were going over the top. So this
You
chick
are-
is
yeah.
losing it, screaming at this woman. And then I think they just ask her to like leave the store or whatever.
Yeah, you should.
And then I go up next, and because like she just has to continue on with her job, like that didn't just happen. And I wanted to like make her feel better. I was like, oh, some people, am I right? Jesus Christ. And then she just bawls her eyes out, and then just, and I was like, I get it.
An ounce of compassion, and it's like, because you have to maintain this like this bulletproof facade, and the second someone's nice to you, it's all over.
It's insane to me that so many people interact with people in service roles like they're not a human being. Like they're like, I'm interacting with the business, and it's like, nope, that's a person.
No,
so
that's a 17-year-old kid. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's wild. But I'll tell you what, if some fucking piece of shit took my
if someone would comp my fucking half a meal when I was taking a 10-minute shit in the middle of a meal,
this could be his fault.
You couldn't have held it. You're eating a meal, homie.
Could be his fault, to be honest. I mean, he might have done an accidental knife and fork cross on the plate. You know,
so I was thinking,
you have to do the cross to be like, I'm still going. If they're straight, they're parallel. You've rinsed yourself.
It's a bit like when you're at a pub and you put the you put the cozy on top of the glass kind of thing. Like it's that. It's the
is that a thing?
Yeah, if you put the balm, what do you call them? Oh, why am I blanking on this word?
Coaster.
Yeah, you put the coaster on top of the beer to let them know that you're out for a cigarette. You just come to the bathroom, so the glassy doesn't take it.
Fuck, I'll tell you what, that's a risky move. Leaving your drink, fucking damn. Because I was at a club once, and this dude, I was there with my mates, and so we're all just like, there's a whole group of us, you know, this was forever ago, and this guy comes up to one of our friends and goes, hey, do you drink rum? And he just goes, no thanks, mate. And he goes literally down the line of us, then gets to me, do you drink rum? And I do, but I was like, you know, or I did at the time, I was like, oh, nah, not for me. And then he goes to my last mate, who is dozy as fuck, because he just went, the guy's like, do you drink rum? And he's like, yeah, I do. And then the guy literally tipped it into his mouth as he's drinking one. He's drinking one and he's tipping the other one into my mate's mouth. And then he just takes the cup, puts them together, and he goes, ha ha, fuck yeah. And then walks away. We were like 18 at the time, so we're all laughing at him going, someone's getting fucked tonight. You know what I mean? Because who does that?
Why would you? My brain,
dude.
What
Yeah.
So in my scenario, I'm at the microbrewery that's a block away from my flat, where I know everybody that works there, and they keep an eye on stuff.
Yeah.
Your scenario,
nightclub,
is continual proof that if we still needed it, men are the worst, and continue to be. That's a good reaffirmation if you got into a false sense of security because you date a nice guy, or you have a really loving relationship with a man. Men still the worst. Turns out.
Yeah.
Super awesome to just get that reaffirmed.
He was fine though, so I don't know. Maybe there was. I mean, he cut loose pretty quickly, so maybe there was something in it. I don't know, but like, it was a weird it was weird energy, man.
Do you think? Because I think about this a lot. That scenario of someone offering you a drink, there is no version of reality where yes is a good idea, but that must eventually hit just law of large numbers. Like someone's got to be dumb enough, like your mate, to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. And
it's like
we should fix the problem at the source, not blame the people that are dumb enough to do it. Like,
again, not a friend of mine, but a friend of a friend. His pickup line used to just be at clubs, do you want to fuck?
Now,
for that exact reason, it's just a numbers game. Because in his mind, he's like, eventually, someone will just say yes.
Because here's what happens. people that are just smart enough, or like not, people that are, whatever the qualifying word is you want to use, people that wouldn't go for that are in such a position where you've immediately disqualified them.
Yeah.
People that are going to go for that, you immediately identify them. There's this great paper by a guy at Google who's at Microsoft. He studied phishing scams, like email scams. And the thing he discovered was that, the reason why every scam says it's a Nigerian prince?
Why?
Is that it immediately disqualifies the 95% of people that will Google the word Nigeria and notice the first autocomplete result is scam. Because what they're doing is they're cutting out any potential leads that wouldn't convert anyway. Because if they emailed you and started engaging you, after about 3 or 4 exchanges, you'd be like, this is a scam. But if you get somebody who looks at an email that says, I'm a Nigerian prince, and doesn't immediately think scam, you have automatically got a market qualified lead that you can start to convert. And that's fucking crazy. And it's the same principle.
That's really good, actually.
It's a cool paper. If you Google like Nigerian scammer, sales funnel, I'm sure it'll come up. But it is super fascinating.
That is interesting. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just because it's all number. I mean, even in like marketing and stuff, to figure out a lot of your ROI on shit, it's literally just coming up with what do I think like, the average open rate's going to be, and then the click through and the conversion and the blah blah blah. So I know that if I have like X conversion and blah 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 down the line, that my list size needs to be 100,000. I need 100,000 people for 10 to buy. You know what I mean? So
it's like which end of the funnel can you tweak? It's like, can I increase the conversion and decrease the leads, or decrease, like you kind of, it's all just it's all mathematics. And that's part of why like I struggle with marketing as a concept, is that the artistic part of me is so focused on the nature of the content and the merit of the content. But as I get older, like I don't think that matters. Like I still think that is like the core, but like I'm successful, I'm pretty well off, I'm privileged, I got lucky, and I'm miserable. So like meritocracy isn't real. Like it is. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like like I had a pretty like rough childhood for the most part, but I got pretty lucky. I got a bunch of good jobs. I worked my ass off. But I'm pretty privileged, and like most people have taken me seriously, and I had a good education, and I had a good decent support network, and I'm fucking miserable. So it's like at a certain point, you have to let some of that go and be like, yeah, to an extent, like marketing is mathematics, and like it's okay. And that's why I prefer to engage and pay people that are good at that, and I can focus on the art stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's difficult now with like the blending. I think a lot of people in the entertainment industry, particularly online, they do so many different roles as one person. They are their own marketing person. They also produce their own TikToks and their own podcasts and their own this and that, and then they edit all the videos and they do all their own branding and all of their own merchandise and stuff. And it's like that, and you have to do it because there's no money to pay people. But like it just seems like the market's response to this space has been, I don't know, people will figure it out themselves, instead of being like, maybe we should find a way to give them enough revenue to pay experts who need this work or who are good at this stuff.
That's an interesting point.
I've been thinking about it a lot lately, because like I'm not good at that other stuff. Like I'm okay at it. Like I'm probably better than the average person, but I'm not an expert. I don't know how to look at ROI on an ad buy and work out what the fuck to do with it. Like, no,
very boring. It's not even the fucking route that I get. Oh, ad buy, huh? Yeah, cool, interesting.
Yes. MQLs and SQLs and whatnot.
What's MAUs? Is that good? Are they good? Are they up?
What's that BAT and the conversion to the
and the EBIT tie? What's that? Up or down? What's that looking like? Is that good? Is it cool?
Or down, or is it vacillating between -5 and 10? Oh, that's good. Oh, it's vacillating to 12. Not good.
I'll tell you what. There are very rarely instances where, like we were saying before, that if it's close enough, whatever, cool. Generally, depending upon how much money I've paid for something. But in this case, for this meal, there is no instance in which I get half of it, it gets taken away, and I don't say something to someone. Because I'm not paying you for something I didn't get.
Let's imagine the worst case scenario, which is like a thing that
I'm certainly never coming back, but I'm also not paying for the thing I didn't get.
This does seem, though, like a trend that could take off. Hear me out. You know how all this dumb shit is like, if you can gram it, it's a thing you can do. Imagine a restaurant where you eat half your meal and they take it away, and it's like a dieting fad or whatever. Like just
Yeah.
Like to help with count calories, and then you give the other half to like homeless people, so you're not wasting it, and that's your like positive spin. Should we start a new business?
Right.
Is there any business? Should we?
Here's why that'll get torn apart in a second. Because
Go on. Yeah.
People will just say, oh, so homeless people are only deserving of the fucking scraps that you didn't eat instead of a fresh cooked meal of their own, right?
Yeah,
so even though you come in trying to do something
angle.
nice, you'll still be torn to shreds.
When
And
you say
I
like
kind
that,
of
it
agree
makes
with
me
them.
Sound like a monster.
Yeah.
Well, because when you phrase like it makes me sound like a monster, I guess.
Yeah.
Is when you say it out loud, like.
Oh yes, I will only be eating half of my meal, and the other half can go to the homeless.
Yeah.
Maybe they could get a meal of their own. Do you think? No, just half of mine that I didn't eat.
My steak, and it's cold, and I had all the good bits.
Exactly.
The fat and the burnt chippies.
I know where your headspace at, and it was looking towards something positive. But the internet exists, and people would jump in and tear you to shreds, right?
This is why we workshop stuff before we live stream it. I mean, do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then stories about us, piss-related stories, never make it to the void of the internet.
Well, because this isn't recorded.
Exactly. How does live streaming work? One and done? It's like a Snapchat.
I think it's sort of it's like it's like, what's a good example? Have you ever had have you ever met somebody and done like a conversation and like you talk to them and then when it's done you walk away and that was like the last time it happened?
Yes.
Before COVID, I mean, you would have done that before COVID.
Yeah.
So live streaming is kind of like that, where it's sort of a one and done.
To be fair though, the conversation is done, and we never have one ever again, right? Yeah. But it plays forever up here, right?
The boys for anxiety.
And then I think about all of the stuff that I said and did. That was totally normal.
Yeah.
But that was wrong with the interaction. And thinking about they think I'm this and
yeah. And so you're right. All of those little anxieties you have, they're correct. People do think that of you.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Which is good to just kind of keep in the back of your mind, I guess.
All the time.
When you're trying to go to sleep.
The best time. That's the best time to sort of
really when it gets all dark and quiet, and
that's when my brain really likes to synthesize all of the conversations I had that day. Yeah.
You try to focus on your breathing, and then it just creeps in, and you go, "That's okay. Like I meditate regularly. I should be practicing this. It's like a muscle." And then you start doing it, and as you start doing it makes you think about the reason you're doing it, and then you pull yourself out of it, and then you're just kind of re-examining it. And then you're beating yourself up for not relaxing and not meditating, and then you're kind of in this like endless spiral of anxiety and self-reflection.
That's a good takeaway.
Yeah, it's a good way to end this comedy show, I think. Probably.
Yeah, the crushing reality seeping back in.
Big time. Well, look, I mean, that's all of the advice that we can fit in this small amount of space on the internet. This limitless void that is the internet is actually full of advice for right now. So we might have to wrap it up there. We do very much
Max
appreciate
capacity.
you. Yeah. It's full. I've checked the dial. Chockers. That's what the dial says. We should have programmed it with more scientific names, but
we should have a little like a little, one of those
sticker?
like a progress ticker for like when once we've hit the advice cap and it's like, oh, that's full now.
When there's nothing in it, it's like it's fucking empty, you lads.
Right, yeah.
It's like halfway full. It's like, or start thinking about you're in trouble now. And then when it's full, it's like, it's chockers, boys.
Yeah, it says chockers.
Yeah. Chockers. Yeah.
Fuck all down the bottom. Chockers up top.
All.
Yeah.
A bit of stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
A handful of gubbins.
And hey, next time I'll work on a better background.
The setup, you should try a bit more.
Yeah.
If I had to give you some advice as your mentor.
Oh, do it. Yeah. Give me some advice.
I would just say, try a little harder would be the thing.
Sure. Can I give you some advice?
No, that's not how this works. Actually, it's
I'll
sort
give
of
it to you
a
anyway.
one-way relationship. It's a parasocial relationship. You can't actually talk to me.
Right.
So yeah.
Probably try, and I don't know if you're doing this intentionally, but try and just ramp down the sort of Patrick Bateman vibe that you're sort of
Me?
putting into the internet with this one. Yeah.
Right. I've tried to do that, and you know what? It actually has the opposite effect.
You get more Bateman.
Yeah, it kind of increases the Bateman.
You try to de-Bateman and you somehow ramp up the Bateman.
The volume. Yeah, I have to. It's a subconscious thing. You have to not try and be Bateman, and that's what makes you not Bateman.
Well, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, it's like trying to think about pink elephants. You know, it's sort of impossible. It's Kobayashi Maru.
How can I? Oh, thinking about it now. You got me.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
With that bombshell, we're gonna have to leave you. Thank you so much for listening or watching The Advisory. We're out of here. We're gonna go do our thing. You know what? This is a podcast /show/thing we're doing. Go to the internet. Find us on the places where people do internet stuff. Social medias. You're looking at them. The Advisory Pod on Twitter. The Advisory Podcast on Instagram. And Advisory Podcast on Meta/Facebook. You know these socials. You love them. They are poisoning your brain. Go and check them out. Follow us on all of those platforms. Otherwise, we will see you again in approximately a week's time, unless James decides that we're not friends anymore. Goodbye.
I'm back. I just realized my microphone wasn't on that other scene, on the ending scene. So I've come back just to briefly say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And goodbye. David's going to sing you out. See you next week.
Goodbye. Goodbye, my friends, goodbye. We'll see you another time on The Advisory.
That was beautiful.
You've come back in.
I came back because I wanted them to see it.
Ending.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I can do. What would you prefer? I do a different song, or is that good?
No, thank you. Oh. See you next week.
Bye. Advice out. Trying that as a catchphrase to handle.